Hi Pisces, happy early birthday and welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your February 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source of me and from us, to Celtic Cross spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. Before actually going to start the reading off, I will roll those astrology guys me and from us to get an idea where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Aries, and for you guys, Aries is your second house of possession, self-worth, and finances. We have Chiron there, and other than that, I mean, we did have the North Node there for the past year and a half or so, but it recently moved into your sign. But yeah, I could just be saying that there could be a focus on your finances this month. Alright, and we have 9, so 9th house energy for you guys is Scorpio. And astrologically speaking, it's quiet there right now, but 9th house in general points to philosophies, higher learning, and foreign affairs, so can have a focus on an area of life as well. And we have the sun. So, of course, the sun will be in Aquarius for the first few weeks of February, then toward the end of the month, it's going to move into your sign, so it makes sense to see that as well. So, yeah, it'll be moving from your 12th house of spirituality, blind spots, and mental health, into your 1st house of personality and self awareness. So, keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the King of Wands, and then challenging that, we have the Five of Cups. So I can see this playing out a few different ways for some of you. One way it could be playing out could just be saying that maybe you've reached a certain level of success, let's say within your careers, right? So maybe you got elevated to some kind of a management position, something along those lines. And now there's disappointment there because you might feel a little bit more isolated, right? So, it was a goal that you strive for, but then the other side of that you might not have planned on was, okay, once you do get to that position, maybe you're not going to be able to interact with people in the same way you used to, right? Things along those lines. So that's one way these energies could be playing out. For some of you, this could also just be saying maybe you could be letting ego get in the way as far as how a certain conflict might have gone down, and maybe deep down there's that desire on your part to fix the situation, but again, there could just be a little ego at play that's preventing that. And lastly, it could just be saying that for some of you as well. It could just be as simple as maybe when your birthday does come around, you might feel like you're not necessarily getting the normal level of attention and recognition that you might have gotten. If that's the case, I feel like it would just be more of a delay, not so much that people more or less forgot about you, but it could just be that maybe there's other things at play that are preventing that from coming in as it normally would. All right, in the foundation position, we have the star. So yeah, to see this here does say to me that you've undergone a course correction recently. This is the card that comes after the tower in traditional tarot. So for some of you, yeah, you might have gone through a pretty significant disappointment, and now you're more or less finding your footing around that situation and getting back on track. But, there could still be that adjustment period that you guys are feeling. Right? In the past position, we have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, so this is definitely an indicator that for some of you might have gone through an ending in a situation. For some of you, maybe this was back during the Gemini full moon in December, possibly. But yeah, to me, this looks like you definitely could have undergone an ending around a situation. So again, whether it was a connection, a romantic connection, friendship, maybe even a falling out with a family member, you name it. But looks like that could be where some of this disappointment is coming from. In the present position, we have the Five of Wands. So yeah, there could definitely be some conflict at play currently. So for some of you, this does make it seem at least a little bit more likely that this could be more of a work situation where, like I said, maybe you got elevated in your position in some way, and now maybe there's a little jealousy in the mix, or maybe even you're realizing that where you are now is maybe a little bit more competitive than you were expecting, right? So maybe you're hoping for a more collaborative environment, but it seems like everyone's just trying to get things their way. So either way, it looks like it could just be a bit of a bumpy ride in the current moment. In the near future position, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here. So yeah, so ultimately this says to me that you are going to see some tangible results from the work that you put in. So again, this does seem to point a little bit more likely for a lot of you to be more of a financially related situation. But yeah, it does look like there's going to be some improvement there for you guys for sure. All right. In the position of your influence in a situation, we have the Four of Swords. So this is Libra energy here, and it does point to an energy of healing. So some of you, whatever the situation is, like we said with the star, that could be indicative that some of you might have gone through a tower moment recently. So if that's the case, I feel like this is saying that ultimately you are going to be able to heal from that situation and move forward. All right, in the environment position, we have the Empress. So yes, I feel like this is saying that ultimately the energies at play here are wanting to see you have some level of comfort, right? Be able to relax a little bit. So if this is around, like I said, maybe you've gotten some kind of a promotion, even if you feel like you're a little bit isolated at the time, could just be saying that, that might be more of a short-lived thing. And as time goes on, you'll start to see the rewards outweigh the downside of the situation. In the hopes or fears position, we have judgment. So yeah, I would say this might be a little bit more likely for those of you who, if this was more of, like I said, maybe a situation where there was a falling out and maybe there's a little bit of ego at play as far as not wanting to, on one hand, wanting to mend the situation, but wanting the other person to step forward first. Could just be saying that some of you, that could be the energy at play there, but you're still, I feel like if that's the case, you're still hoping for the other side to come forward first. Or with this energy here, it could just be calling on you to step forward as well. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the High Priestess. So this is a good card to see here. I usually do view this as one of the Pisces energy along with the Hangman, but to see this here, I feel like this is ultimately saying that, which makes sense, especially as we move into your season. You're going to be more in tune with your intuition. I mean, there's going to be a lot of energy moving through your sign. We're going to have Mercury get into your sign right around the middle of February. Venus is going to be there until the 4th, so not too long into February. But of course, we'll have a new moon there as well. So obviously, you've had Neptune there for a while, Saturn. So there's going to be plenty of energy in your sign for sure. But I feel like this is saying ultimately you'll be feeling more like yourselves as we get to the end of the month. And then also you can really tap into your intuition to figure out the best way to navigate the situation. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups. So yeah, so this is definitely an indicator that you can have that happy ending, right? But like we said, it could just be one of those things where maybe there's still a little bit of a rougher energy to navigate for the time being. And then you could see the positive forward momentum a little bit later in the month. All right, from the 4 Agreements deck, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Communicate with Clarity. Right? It says communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. If all humans would communicate with impeccability of the word, all of our relationships would change. There would be no wars, no violence, no misunderstandings. Possibly a little overblown with the messaging there, right? But at the very least, this could just be saying that, yeah, maybe if there was. So, for example, maybe a falling out that you might have had around the situation could have all been due to a misunderstanding, right? So, if that's the case, I feel like this is saying that, yeah, you might be encouraged to reopen those lines of communication to get things back on track. And that could be where the Four of Swords is pointing to healing there. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, you don't have to do it immediately, given that we do see the Five of Wands energy in the present moment. But I feel like this is saying, give it a little bit of time, and then intuitively, you might even know when the right time would be to step forward to open those lines of communication. From the Wisdom Oracle deck, we have Exchanging Gifts. There's the artwork, and the number is 27. And it kind of makes sense to see this coming up, given that your birthday season is coming up, but we'll see what it actually adds to the reading as far as the messages in the book. Okay, essential meanings says the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing cost, and determining value. The Oracle's message. You've entered into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in the dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do, do, do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Especially use your currency wisely and be mindful of the values others bring to your life. So for example, like we said, if maybe this is a situation where you are experiencing some success. Maybe the people in your environment aren't necessarily happy and supportive the way you thought they would have been, right? Then maybe that's saying, well, maybe you need to reevaluate if those are healthy connections to keep around, right? Things along those lines there. But hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you, too. Love is truly yours today. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. Like we said, there's at least a possibility that for some of you this could have been around a romantic connection. Seems a little less likely than the other scenarios, but that is the case. Hopefully that message resonated. The prosperity message says all your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. So yeah, I definitely like that message as well, right? Because especially again, like we said, if this is something that you worked for, right, and maybe people in your environment aren't as supportive as you would have liked, the goodwill comes back tenfold. To me, says yeah, just keep on that path, right, and you'll start to see the tangible rewards, and you'll start to see that the positives outweigh the negatives, right? And I think I even mentioned that dynamic earlier in the reading as well. But yeah, hopefully that resonates with you guys. Once again, happy early birthday. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.